Today is July 11th, 2023, and it's a beautiful day up here in Minnesota. God often rewards acts of faith. So we see this with Abraham. Abraham sets out, leaves his home, not knowing where he's going, but he trusts God and makes an act of faith, and God rewards him. Eventually, he becomes the father of many nations, the father of God's people. So faith isn't just this intellectual belief, this knowing, because even the demons believe in God and they tremble, as it says in James. But faith actually is an act. It's trusting God and obeying Him. And so if He's calling you to something, He might want you to just act in faith. He might just call you to set out, not knowing where you're going, and trusting in Him, trusting that He'll provide, that He'll show you and lead you where you need to go and do the things you need to do. And that's what faith is. I saw this when I moved to Colorado the first time. I just drove out there. I didn't know where I was going to live, didn't really know anyone out there. I had a couple vague connections, but I'd never met them. But I just went out there and I'm like, okay, God, you got to provide. And it was a tough time. I struggled for a couple weeks. But eventually God did some amazing things through that. And so He rewards acts of faith. It's not a one-to-one sort of relationship, like I'm going to do this thing and then I'll get something in return. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just saying that when we obey God, when we trust Him, when we actually act in faith, because if we believe something, we're going to act on it, right? If we believe that the lottery numbers are going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we're probably going to go buy a ticket that has the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on it. I mean, that's a kind of a weird example, but if we believe it's going to rain, we bring an umbrella. We don't just say, oh yeah, I believe it's going to rain, and then pretend like nothing else is going to happen. No, we act on the things we believe. And so if we believe in God and we believe He's calling us to something, then we act on that. We make that act of faith, and that's oftentimes when we see God show up and do amazing, miraculous things. So that's all I've got for today. Peace.